You want to go to floor 6 from floor 2, nothing simpler, just press the button, select the floor 6, and go in, and there you go. The 6th floor.
Press start.
Hey there, over here with those 15 levels of a multi-floor water elevator with a floor selection on every single floor. And using it is really quite simple. You press the button to indicate you want to go somewhere, and then you select the floor, for example, the 11th floor. You then walk in, and as you will be able to tell, we have landed on the 11th floor. Now if we, for example, want to go back to floor 6, we select floor 6, press the button. It doesn't matter if you press the button first or if you select the floor first, but if you press the button first, obviously it will all go a bit faster, so I recommend doing that. But as you can see, all the water has already been drained, and to go to the floor we've selected, we just need to jump down. Same goes again for going to floor 15 from floor 6, for instance. You just select the floor, walk in, and there you go, floor 15. You want to go to floor 2, for instance. Again, the exact same thing. You select the floor, you press the button, or you press the button and then select the floor. You wait for some time for the machine to realize what you're doing and to change all the stuff it has to change. And there we go, floor 2. And just to show it once again, we will select floor 8, press the button, we have to wait a few seconds, and there we go. Can now go to floor 8. There we go. And how it actually works isn't really that difficult, even though there's a lot of redstone to look at right here. But that's only because a single module has been stacked 15 times here. But what we can do is go over what a single module does, which will give you an idea as to how this entire thing functions. And so what happens when you press this button right here is we push a redstone block over to here to indicate that we want to go somewhere from this floor and that the machine should listen to whatever floor you select on this particular floor. But the problem is we have already been on a certain floor before and we've already selected the floor, which means that somewhere there's also a redstone block right in this position, somewhere on one of the floors. And so what we have to do is push the block back, obviously, because you can't listen to multiple floors, since this floor will obviously say something different than this floor. And so what we do is obviously, as already mentioned, push all the blocks back. So if we really quickly select this floor right here as the floor that should be listened to, we will see that this will be pushed over here, and then this block here will be pushed back. This block here will stay, and then this floor right here is the only one that is being listened to. How does it happen that this floor right here, like this redstone block right here, does not get pushed back? Well, that's because this repeater is actually locked for a certain amount of time using this little pulse extender right here. So if we do the same drill again, for example on this floor, we'll see that this repeater is blocked, meaning that when the signal finally comes, this block will not be pushed back. And so this entire module right here is kind of only for selecting which floor should be listened to. What is this giant tube here for? Well, when you press this button right here and when you push this block over to there, an item will be dispensed, it will go all the way down and then all the way up to refill this dropper. But when it's all the way down, it will be noticed by this thingy right here, which will then send the pulse that will push all the blocks back, except for the block you have just pushed across on the floor that you are on right now. And so the next thing you do is you select your floor, for example, floor 9. How does the machine know which droppers to turn on and which droppers to turn off so that you go to the floor 9? Well, the signal strength coming out of this lectern right here travels all the way down using this comparator tower and then goes over across to here, which then goes up again. However, for every floor we lose one signal strength of power. So this one will have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and so on until we reach the floor we want to go to, which is this one, from which floor on all those repeaters or like all those comparators and pieces of redstone would be turned off, which means that the water here will also be turned off. And so this would probably be everything you need to know to build such an elevator yourself. But to quickly demonstrate everything happening again, we are just going to select floor, for example, 6 on floor 15, and we're going to see what happens. Press the button, this gets pushed over immediately, an item gets dispensed, all those blocks here except for the last one will get pushed over, then the scan strength here can go down, it can then go up, the observers will notice which comparators or like which piece of redstone are on and which are off, and accordingly the dispensers will dispense or take the water back, meaning that we will go to floor 6, whether we are over it or below it. But well, I don't really think there's too much more to say about this elevator right here. It's extremely cool, it's extremely useful, and you could even build it in survival mode, except that if you have a lot of floors, obviously it will get slow at some point. For example, selecting a floor from the floor 15 is quite slow. For example, yeah, let's select floor 15 and see how much time it takes for this dispenser to go on. It will obviously take some time because the signal has to travel all the way down and then all the way up. But if you just have a few floors, like for example 4 or 5, it's going to be quite fast and quite useful. Heck, you can even have a description of every single floor in this book that selects the floor itself, so that's really quite nifty right there. But again, let's just quickly demonstrate the speed of the elevator when you only have a few floors. We select floor 3, we go to floor 3, we select floor, for instance, 1. We click the button, we go in, and there we go. We go to floor 1. If you press the button, again, if you press the button first and then select the floor, it will all go much faster. So if you select floor 5 now, we'll go to floor 5. If we want to go to floor 2, we can do that just by doing this, and there we go, floor 2. So it's really not even that stupid for survival mode, especially that you have this description right here, which kind of makes it useful for multiplayer or even single player if you can forget what floor has what machines or storage or farms or whatever you use on your survival world. Again, let's just see it happen again. Beautiful. And we go to floor 6. Amazing. However, this would probably be everything for today. I really appreciate that you watched this video. I would appreciate it even more if you potentially maybe click the like button, because it really helps my channel out. It makes sure that more people can see the video, and so thanks to that I get motivated to create even more content for you. But once again, thank you for watching everyone, and see you later.